Oh, February, that month we set aside one special day to celebrate our love. But why do we do this? And where exactly does this holiday come from? And why are we so invested in it as a tradition? Seeing as so many people get emotionally wrapped up into their expectations for this holiday and what people think it means about themselves, I've been starting to wonder and maybe think that maybe it's not for the better that we do things this way. So I thought I'd do a little digging into the origins of Valentine's Day, and I gotta say, guys, I'm not really sure how to feel about it. Traditionally, Valentine's began in the early pagan days during the mid month festival called Lupercalia, held every February. Lupercalia was an event in which young men would sacrifice dogs and goats to the gods, and then run around town beating women with the hides. Oh, and then seducing and probably raping them as well. The National Geographic article that I was reading up on this left that part out, but how do we know that? Because, well, the whole notion and the point of the ritual was that it would promote fertility for the whole community. So, yeah, seriously. And oh my gosh, you guys, this thing was a hit. In fact, the pagan holiday wasn't put out of action until 150 years after Christianity took over the Roman Empire. People just freaking loved it. Well, I'm sure the men did anyway. So, when Pope Gelasius came to power in the late 5th century, he put an end to Lupercalia and replaced it with a feast to celebrate the martyred Saint Valentine. Now, who was that exactly? We're not really sure. In fact, there were more than 30 different saints that bore the name Valentine, and even a few Valentinas that could be in the running for whom this namesake holiday is actually for. Though two Valentines stand out as likely candidates for the namesake for the saint, having both been martyred on February 14th, neither of these men had anything to do with matters of the heart. The two Valentines share many similarities, leading some researchers to wonder if they were actually the same man. Both Valentines were martyrs put to death by the Roman Emperor Claudius in the 3rd century. Both men were also said to have died on February 14th, although years apart, and both were actual known miracle workers. So then go ahead and fast forward about 1,000 years to the 1300s to the poet Geoffrey Chaucer, who has been credited as the first person to link Valentine's Day to romance in his poem The Parliament of Fowls. It has also been suggested that Chaucer may have linked Valentine's Day to romance more or less by chance. Valentine's Day is approximately the time when European birds start to mate. Later poets, including Shakespeare, followed Chaucer's lead and helped to create the romantic connotations that we have about it today. The first Valentine's Day card dates back to 1415, when the Duke of Orleans sent a card to his wife while he was a prisoner in the Tower of London. In the United States, Valentine's Day cards didn't gain popularity until the Revolutionary War, when people took up the habit of writing handwritten notes to their sweethearts. It was only in the 1900s that cards were mass-produced for the holiday. So, where does our version of Valentine's Day really come from? Well, besides pagan rituals and martyred saints that we don't really know much about, pretty much it comes from the Hallmark Card Company.
So, how do we realign our mindsets and actions around this materialistic holiday that exploits something as purely sacred and as beautiful as true love and the romance that accompanies it for the sake of conscious evolution? Be love, real love, not the kind that is simply after something or to take someone's precious time and energy from them, but to really truly love them, to care for them, to take care of them, to provide your part, to support, to communicate, and to accept fully. Nurturing them so that they feel comfortable enough to be truly vulnerable, to release their fears of their past, and to grow into all their soul intends to become, while you do the same. Holding each other's hands through the challenges and dancing together through the victories. And in order for this to remain conscious, the exchange of energy should be fair and it should be reciprocal. If you're just starting out in a relationship and this is your first Valentine's Day with them, be mindful and be observant. Don't get caught up in fairy tale scenarios or dramas that aren't going anywhere healthy or that won't lead you to healing. Keep your mind clear and listen to your body's instincts. Respect your own and others' boundaries. And remember that your energy is sacred. And if you're in a more mature relationship, keep the love alive by being as passionate in it as you were at the beginning. And if you're single for Valentine's Day this year, have a conscious day of balanced self-love, or spend it with friends that you can trust. I hope you all have a safe and conscious holiday and feel the love of the universe and Mother Earth as is aligned for you. I'm Kendra Soleil. Namaste, and have a beautiful day.